What's going on, Tunnel fans? Welcome back. Glad to see everybody in the tunnel with us. Truesdale, how you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling great. Even like I tell you all the time, they killing me. What that outfit you got on? Other than that, I'm excited. I'm excited about the platform. I'm excited about when we get ready to get going. But I'm just not excited about that camera. We'll talk about that later. That outfit you got.
It's all right, man. I mean, Dallas Melvin got to represent, the right way. So you got your co-host here, me, Dallas Melvin, Patrick the True Truesdale, and we are actually introducing our new platform. Our new platform is In the Tunnel Sports Media Company. We're no longer just a podcast. This is no longer a podcast. This is our sports talk show. So what does that mean for you, the viewers, the fans, the supporters? That means that you can look for some new, fresh, exciting content from In the Tunnel Sports Media Company. We're going to have everything from different recruiting shows. That's my man's background.
Not different recruiting shows, documentaries and everything. H-Town, everybody around the country follows. We're about to really go up. Got some big stuff here to happen. We're excited about it. Some things we can't talk about yet. We'll talk about it soon. But hey, we just excited about the new platform. At the end of the day, ain't no stopping us. Nobody stopping us. Trust me. We're going to do what's going to go down.
So go check out our new YouTube page. Once again, In the Tunnel Sports Media. Check out our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook. Follow us, please subscribe, like us, because at the end of the day, it's about to be on. This is going to be this talk show here is where we're going to keep it real. And we're going to give it to you, whether you like it or not. So if you don't like my Cowboys, keep watching, because you're going to get more of them.
Sure. I'm In the Tunnel Sports Media. Follow me on Twitter, In the Tunnel Sports Media. Of course, y'all be following my YouTube, In the Tunnel Sports Media. TikTok will be on soon. Right now, the In the Tunnel Sports Podcast. But we'll be about to take In the Tunnel Sports Media on our TikTok. So get ready, H-Time. Get ready, everybody. Excited, it's going to be on, and definitely going to be the hottest thing around the world.
So let's jump right into it. NBA playoff. Yeah. Rockets, it was a tough loss last night.
You know what? The Rockets are not young. They're young, they're not young. In the last 2 games, we should have won. I understand experience, the champs, but we blew it. Butler was out. Then last night they had Green foul trouble. They were frustrating them. We just blew it. We just couldn't do things at the right time. And another thing really kills us, though, we look like in 1983. We missed 14 free throws. Who does that? This deep in the draft in the NBA. I remember my basketball coach told me when I was playing the league basketball. That's the easiest shot. Shoot. That's why we used to shoot so many free throws before practice. You run the hell out of us until they game on the time. You got to shoot your free throws. They missed 14 free throws. Coming short, you can talk about the need this, they need that. They got it, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they got to get it. They need one to go to state. You got to get over there and get back on. I know we telling them to win that back against the walls, but they need that one to go to state. But I will say, I think they will come back to the age and give us one.
So somebody just called and telling me stop crying about the Rockets, man. You heard my phone ring. They said stop crying about the Rockets. At the end of the day, Golden State is doing jumping jacks in their heads right now. They doing calisthenics, running around. You saw they playing yesterday. They was frustrating them. They was holding them. They trying to fight. You know what? Stop crying. Baby, grow up. Grow up. Did you see what Draymond Green did? He did this to Green, who had 8 points last night. Wasn't in the game at the end of the game because he was on the sideline painting his fingers. Because that's what he does.
Well, you know.
That's what he does. Come on, man. I mean, you ain't got to pull his last team.
Kiss my jump run. Because now I'm a Chicago Mavericks fan like you. Y'all at home watching the game. Y'all don't care if you're watching the game. So at the end of the day, like I said, you miss the free throws and everything. But I will say, we are the future. I love our coach. Got a lot of repeat. So it's going to be on. But them youngsters do what they did and put themselves in that good position. But going on their own, not because they blew it. But it's all good. What young boys at?
They gonna bounce back. By the way, the Rockets, they're young, they're talented, they're tall, they're defensive, they're scrappy. You are, but if you spend more time at the free throw line practicing than you do paying your fingernails, you'll be in a much better state. That's so NBA playoffs. You know, Rockets blew. It's 3-1. They're coming back home to Houston, and we're gonna see what they can do. They can at least have some pride, get into the gym, practice their free throws, and go ahead and get their nails filed down so they can shoot. Then they might win the game for sure. So NBA playoffs,
The second game.
Cleveland and Miami. Are you effing kidding me?
Well, when I saw the early score, it was like 61-18, 50 or what, I don't know. It looked like it reminded me of they team shot the game, TJ Ford, 2000, when they would have reached where they were going teams out that early. I ain't never seen NBA games in the playoffs. It was Jimmy Butler and all that, but still, man, it was like 18 points, like 3 minutes in the second quarter.
Man, like
I know Green is the future, Green and Young. You know what I'm saying? They got to go through Green and White, which I think they not compete, but they are the future. But damn, man, did the game last? Oh, the Green.
man.
I mean, the coach can't really say that because he didn't warn them. Man, that was bad.
Like Charles Barkley said, we guys, he thought they was planning on going to Cancun, but the way they played, they probably going to plan on going to Galveston. It was just that bad. They can't afford Cancun was as bad as they was playing. It might be a beach house in Galveston or something, because don't nobody want to be around no cash. You talk about almost 60.
So that nasty water, yeah, you read
You
about
talk
that.
about almost 60. That was just right straight up ridiculous. And I feel bad too because I could have made some money off of the bad guy told me what was gonna happen. He's sitting there.
Billy sitting in the crowd. He could have told you.
He's looking at his phone. I'm sure he's looking at his bank account. A few minutes ago, going, you dumbasses. Yeah, I've been trying to help y'all out. I want this money. So, but we
I want to give you some of that money to
So, but moving forward, so we got the Rockets, we got Cleveland. We're not gonna go through the whole list. We know what everybody wants to talk about right now. We know they want to talk about what happened in the NFL this past weekend with the draft and all that good stuff. But before we go there, y'all know how we like to do. We got the segment called "Don't Let Your Turn Up Turn Terrible." We know we like summertime, it's springtime. We want to do these day parties. We want to go out. We want to kick it. We want to be with our friends. We're taking vacations, you're taking a vacation with your babe and your girlfriend at the same time. Do what you do, ain't bad. But don't let it turn terrible. And so, you know what? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because we're going to have time to continue to talk about this as more information comes in. But, Pat, what happened to your boy Shannon Sharp, man? He trying to turn up on OnlyFans. Like, what do you think?
I think on your own, man. You come on, man. It's trash on OnlyFans. Man. You don't want to be there. You. Come on, man. Why would you sit there and get on that on OnlyFans? Why, listen, LL Cool J, take the rock. They've been around a long time. They consider all women. They consider beautiful men and women to look at. But they don't. What would they do that for? I think it's just a country boy, he's a late bloomer when it comes to this. You got all this family. You fool around and get on this level. I mean, Monique told you. And Cat Williams told you. You know what I'm saying? And then to be known, I'm taking naps like I'm young. You need your ass to a mess with a girl younger than your daughter. Girl was 19 when we first met. Black women look at it as really disappointed. Because she's a white girl. But if you go back there and check the shop, interviewed when he did his speech, Hall of Fame speech, he was a white girl. And she looked bad. But at the end of the day, I know we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. So I want to say about it, but I'm going to let you have one word in this right now. We're gonna move on. Simply because we gotta get into the draft, but we got one more turn terrible, and this is draft related. Isaiah Bond, who attended my beloved University of Texas Longhorns, who will be ranked in the top 3 next year, going for another national championship in the playoffs. Got the number 1 quarterback, Arch Manning coming back, this year. Foundation. And he came from Alabama. The story program. I know you don't want to hear about these powerhouses. That's it.
Everybody, stay in lane, we're gonna talk about the young man. We're not talking about that. We say college game at the time. Not talking about this young man losing money. So stay in lane.
All right, so his turn terrible. According allegedly, this is all allegedly. Same thing with the Shannon Sharp thing. It was all allegedly. Allegedly, those things happen. But allegedly, Isaiah Bond, wide receiver who went to the combine, ran a sub 4.4, was projected to be an early round, top 3 round pick, maybe even first round before the combine, and then after the combine, second or third, went undrafted. People are alleging that one of the main reasons he went undrafted is because he's got an open case where he had too much to drink, and then he decided to put his hands on his girlfriend or who he's dating or whoever he's spending time with. And so, whether you're the NFL or a lot of other business entities, you don't really want to put your money on somebody that's got an open case for making bad decisions when they decide to turn up.
The reality is, come on. You did as much as you did. There's too many examples for you to see what can happen to you. Your career could be quick off something silly as food. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people are crazy. They start with they set you up. Some of these guys are not crazy, they just ain't like it. I want to upgrade and learn what happens. This young man, anytime you deal with a woman, dealing with sexual harassment, abuse, it's a wrap. You losing money. And that young man is not going to be nobody can. That young man career pretty much over. One said he texted the girl, about Stevenson, I don't know the whole story, but he screwed it. It goes back to the young man. His name was Scar. I think the young man played at Penn State. He played at Penn State, transfer to Baylor. 66 years man when that Baylor stuff went down. This guy was projected to be a top 10 kid, and he got caught with something. And the girl lied. He was guilty later on down the road, but the boy never had his career. Just that quick. You got to be careful. If I was going on there, one out going, he's done. They're not gonna play that.
So something just popped in my head too, because it's another great example. First and foremost, listen to me. It ain't never worth putting your hands on a woman. Period. For whatever reason, it is not ever worth putting your hands on a woman, except in the case of you trying to stay alive. She got it. You protect yourself, but you should never initiate it. And even if she's being the aggressor, it's just time for you to go. That's 1. 2 is everybody realize this. And I know we get emotional and we in love. And we got other stuff going on. And we mad. Stop putting stuff in text messages. Stop putting stuff in text messages that ain't gonna help you. So with that being said, yeah, ask Shannon Sharp. They gonna record you. So whatever you in this day and age, and this is what I tell people. And unfortunately, I ain't gonna get into everything, but back in the day, we could slide around the corner. We could sneak around the bin, and it wasn't a camera, it wasn't a phone, everywhere. So I'll be everything was recorded I did back when I was young. I might not be sitting right here.
I'll tell you about something. They got social media. But number 1, they got these tracks, parenting where you have to put stuff on your car. I mean, we know we want. Now leave it here. Now leave the car. We said when we get out here, we're gonna post it. Other than that, no, we're gonna wait to the north side. Then we stick on it and make sure we put the gas back where it was at.
Put it this way, I was a free dick twice, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So with that being said, you had to tell your work that you experienced something very similar. He had his girlfriend allegedly. This is all allegedly from what we read. He caught her cheating on him, and she didn't like the fact that he caught her cheating, and so he broke up with her. And when he tried to break up with her, she tried to put a case on him.
That's what they do.
He tried to put a case on him. And so he had text message, he had paperwork that showed that, no, you know what? She moved in a way that wasn't conducive to the relationship. So I wanted to end the relationship, and now this is what she's doing. So guess what? People, listen to me. Every relationship has an opportunity to end at some point. Not with anybody. But you should always move in your relationship as if it's important.
Going in here to get money. It ain't messed up. They messed up. Not the person making money. Especially women, they got to live either way. Okay, if I'm going for money, I can't go get the ATM no more. I'm making nobody. You know what I'm saying? She was sick when he hired undercover.
Yeah, to follow around. So, maybe they would learn once you got into somebody else called us in, y'all move on to the draft. People was messing up their lives. All right, so here's where we're gonna go. The draft, brother. The draft this past weekend. Let's just jump into the two most popular teams. We're gonna go with the second most popular team that everybody want to hear about. Houston Texans, what you got?
Cowboys.
Houston Texans, what you got? So, the second most popular team. We rock with them. What did they do? They do their job. They get some linemen.
They can get linemen, maybe. Got those two kids who went from my house and I was ready. He is getting the 2 hours later. And
What does that mean for Tank Dell? Is he gonna play when he get back?
He got it. I love the kid. He's good. I hope he come back. He's small. They bring in some size. Other guy, some speed. Other guys, he got good size. 165, 161 with speed. So they bring in which they need. They signed Brandon. They got he's good to catch out the backfield, and then also they got decent lineman of the kid. They really got to them. Really make some noise. Eli, he's healthy. They got free agent. They got free agent. I probably he should have got drafted from Kentucky. They need linemen. Anybody can monitor that. They got something they squeeze not believe in the big guy. I definitely believe it. I got to believe in Coach Ryan. I got to believe in this guy Ryan. I know he's gonna bring in somebody good. But I think it was a decent draft for them. And like I said, getting some more receivers, we needed that. Also, they got a kid that picked up free agent, Casey Old School. I remember the kid in high school. He played last year. He had very good linebacker, about 6'2", and they definitely play. He's definitely. I think he got definitely chance to take.
So we also don't want to sleep on, you can't sleep on these undrafted free agents as well. So I know the Texans brought some in, so we're gonna see what they can do. But you know what? They took an offensive tackle earlier, which was huge because they definitely needed to figure out a way to protect DJ. I think he did digress a little bit last year, but primarily because of the offensive line. They got Tunsil, who's a walk-in false start. We guaranteed won a game, and on a good day,
Worst first round.
Green. They got rid of Green, who was a hometown kid. Who was rooting for him, but it just didn't work out. But to your point, getting those 2 Iowa State receivers and bringing them in, they both were top caliber studs. Here's the key: they rapport with each other when they run down the field, so they shouldn't be running. They running the correct routes. And now it's just about building rapport with CJ. They got a new offensive coordinator coming in, so it's bright for you.
Yeah, I mean, I spent some time with both of those kids in these restaurants at the Senior Bowl, and both of them Senior Bowl actually. Excellent kids, killing 40 times. Played with them. They made me better. They made them better. You bring this competition. So those kids, they class that kid, one from Florida, one from Kansas City, Missouri. They definitely gonna come in. They gonna come in. They definitely gonna mob quick.
Yeah.
They just like mob quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for them.
I'm interested to see if CJ and if he's listening. If you're not,
Kid, CJ gonna come.
well,
CJ gonna
so
come. One time, CJ quick crowd. He's CEO.
So CJ, if you listening, if y'all listening to CJ friends, y'all send this note for me. Get with your receivers now. Get it off season. Go get you a field, start throwing with them, spend time with them, build that rapport. So once mini camp, training camp start, that's not when y'all are trying to get up and go. That's when y'all trying to take it to the next level. So you'll be ready at the start of the season. And they need to do that because the Cowboys are coming. Like Deion said, we ain't just coming, we here. We here. Did you see, we got a people mover. The kid, the offensive guard out of Alabama, we move people now. Yeah, I'm coming to get my check. I'm coming to get my check. If you make it, you know what, you about to pay me, I dance too. I fly, I feel on my head. I just stand on my head. So put it this way, too, then I'll make sure I record you as we continue to elevate. When we get that first big fat check, I'll record you to see how you dance. I'll record you to see how you dance, brother. But so the Cowboys, we got an offensive guard first round. We surprised everybody when he got an edge rusher, but guess what? We need somebody to pair up with Michael Parsons who will be coming around that edge. Ooh, we go. What? Touch the ball. What you talking about? Running into the end zone after 60 yards breaking. But no, we came back and we got Shavon Rebello. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this thing. You know what East Carolina can do.
Oh, yeah, he can ball. He can go. Like I said, he wouldn't have had that injury. He would have been the first round.
Take it from the recruiting guy. The Cowboys got first round pick in the third round.
Right, yeah.
First round pick in the third round.
Hey, kid Wood said when I come out, great kid, class that kid, great size, great upside. And like I said, y'all see it. Like that kid, that would be the first round.
And then we ended up the draft with 2 D tackles, one from UCLA, one from Maryland. So you ain't gonna be able to run on us anymore. Yes, you know what? They said the best form of flattery is copying, right? So we copying the Philadelphia Eagles who just won a Super Bowl. They got the big boys in the middle. You can't run against them. Guess what? We coming. We here. We coming. We here. We coming. We here. Playoff now, baby.
But one thing most people they free agent pick they got to steal. So now we got a kid from East Carolina. And I feel the third round.
No, I like it too. Captain Kentucky.
I got the churches. We can't university. That kid IQ is unbelievable. And that kid is gonna definitely be an impact. I give a shout out to my man, Coach David Overstreet, son David Overstreet, played for Oklahoma. His son picked him up, worked him out, went down pro day, worked the kid out. The kid IQ is unbelievable. And I think one of the reasons why he really is drafted because he never ran because he had an hamstring problem. He's back. So that's that's gonna be really interesting. So this kid, he helped me do what he got to do. I've been for Zion Sheridan to start a different practice for the Cowboys. So I'm excited about that. And I'm definitely excited about who's coaching. You know, it's like 2 family members working together. You know,
right.
Family to me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So definitely, I'm excited with Zion Sheridan. I was very happy. His mom, very church. Shout out to you, brother. But yeah, that's definitely a good pickup.
I love Zion. From one family member to another family member. Get some tickets ready, brother. We'll take a suite, but if we got stuff for 40, 50 yards, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna come see you in the tunnel. We're gonna be in Dallas. Ready to go. We're gonna be in the tunnel. We're gonna be in the tunnel with you ready to rock. Brother. Get ready to ball out. We're gonna cover you. So we cover any other team you want to touch on before
49 draft.
Garbage Liners.
RJ Harvey.
Garbage Liners.
That was my second best running back on the board. In college football, that draft, once again, we got a sorry. But they had a hell of a draft.
The 49ers had a hell of a draft?
Yeah, we had a good draft.
I think they drafted him too early. You know,
They drafted a kid from Northshore. Justin Upton. Shout out to Justin Upton, congratulations to him getting drafted. He was the last thing in the third round. Shot him in the most fucking field.
Oh, up and south?
Yeah, up and top my bad. Yeah, he's a baller. He's gonna be a good nickelback for him. So yeah.
The only thing I'm rooting for the 49ers, they did draft my boy out of college out of Texas. They needed some DT help. So I'll go ball out. Except when you play us, go ahead. I'm gonna send you a care package.
Well, you know, Texas boys, we just dominated.
No.
Yeah, Big Bird.
Yeah.
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 So, you know, you had Banks, some Creek High, drafted by the same time. You know, so, you know, at the end of the day, I like them saying, South Texas people, I say, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the best out there.
Wow. Wow. I thought you were going to keep it real. We started from Tennessee, we keeping it real, though. Keeping it real. I would say Philly had another good draft. You know, they still leaning into their defense. They know that's what helped them win a championship. How you boy Cannon gonna do in Tennessee? He got enough help, or they gonna be drafting top 5 next year?
I mean, I think Cannon gonna be fine talking about what the organization gonna have for him in the system. Because we're out, you know, that's home, always home. My man Bud gone, but original artist, but his daughter's got to screw some things up. And then I got the vision, got all right. When you show they draft, they no problem. So I don't know, but I thought that was no one coming back, showing the boy love and everything. I mean, the kid got it. It's his intelligence, his way he carries. Look at the I mean, come on. Draft is one of the things that we are.
What you talking about? That's your dog. He had his dog
was tricks. Intelligent, how we used to see it. Man, let's say like that from another Kingston Super King. That's so back in the day it used to. You know, like them Dallas. But that's
what you talking about? He from Houston. That's the drive. Oh,
and then you get the Nigerian kid, that white kid from Ohio State got drafted. That I was like, hey, white folks on one side, Nigerians on the other side. I'm like, what is this? It's like a draft. Just get crazy every year. And when these guys be just before, every time you play, you go change. But you can be just special. Money or something, Super Bowl week or whatever.
It's a party for them.
I mean,
It's a party. They celebrate making a million.
I know we're gonna talk about him on the show, but you got your fans with his jacket on, looking like June.
Let's get to it.
Tell me, I'm gonna be starting with that. No, this draft. Come on.
Ready. That's the story of the draft, right there.
Well, yeah, it's up to the draft. You know, necessary.
Okay, go ahead. What else you got?
So the young man, it was sad. I got the name Mark.
Oh, Harmon. Yes. Yep.
That story.
Yep. Prayers go out to him.
I've been a good ball player. Big guy. You know, they say he's quarterback. Everybody thinks on that story. Still got a hell of a draft pick. But mom been sick, went to the hospital still, tell about what's going on and died. That was tough as a kid. I was thankful that it was tough losing your mom at that age too. But I think it's still up to the kids involved.
You know what? I'm sure, because his mom had been sick, and I'm sure one of the things he'll never forget is one of the biggest days of his life. His mom got a chance to see him. She passed away after he got drafted, and he wasn't necessarily projected to get drafted then.
Right.
So he did. He was supposed to go a little later, so his mom got a chance to see him get drafted. Which, that's something I'll never forget. He'll be able to hold on to the rest of his life.
And another kid got drafted in the first round. I was surprised. You know, he was going for the offensive tackle from Ohio State. Jonathan Jackson kid, I think was fine. That's a solid kid. Got drafted by Minnesota in the first round. So there was a lot of players that in the draft I think would go. You know, so
yeah, we're gonna talk about the biggest. Before we talk about the biggest fall in the draft, but it was several players that fell too. Like, and it was very
to get from all.
Yeah, it's very fortuitous for him. That cat going to protect Patrick Mahomes. He's going to Kansas City now.
Yeah,
he's going to the perennial Super Bowl contender. He's about about these
you already gonna come into a good team that's be ready to trade something.
Right.
They go high. Because I look at the Johnson kid from Michigan, you know, he wasn't the same.
Yep.
A lot of guys fell off, a lot of guys get injured. Some guys play booms. You know what I'm saying?
So the biggest fall of the draft was
Because I'm a quarterback draft.
no, it's not even about quarterback. The biggest fall in the draft is Shador Sanders.
Oh.
The person that had top 3 statistics, won awards throughout college, revitalized not one program, but 2 programs. We start talking about Jackson State and Colorado, and shown leadership qualities, and been one of the most durable quarterbacks in college football since he got sacked over 94 times over the last 2 seasons in Colorado, and he got up and kept playing.
You just gave it long circle.
I ain't going Pittsburgh. Because you got haters like you. Go ahead, put it out there. Because you hate
That's
it.
just crazy. They want to try to compare. They want to try to compare. And you know how they win. That's all the story. But the reality, Deion is the cause for it going down. You start off last year all the way in Sunday. And then you tell him, you get on the Tamara Hall show. What's her name?
Tamara Hall.
Tamara Hall, I'm sorry.
Shout out to you, Tamara.
Yeah, let me tell you, Tamara Hall show. And say, tell them, well, I want my son to go, we're not doing this thing. Like Stephen said, who are you? You're not big in the program. You're not big in the NFL. Okay? The reason why those people didn't draft him was because they figured out they don't want to deal with this clown show. They don't feel like they tell the kid something, then he's gonna listen to his dad or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The boy shouldn't have hate you. They don't know stuff to get it dirty 2 months before the draft. He should have swallowed his pride and went and hired Steinberg. Steinberg knows clean things up. You know, he had some problems.
Is he paid?
Came back up.
Steinberg, send the check.
Steinberg slipped up.
Drew, I like you too, man. You want to go ahead and get the cat, send the check, Drew.
Drew, okay, talking. People like UT when people talk about family. So as I was saying,
That's elder. We're
Steinberg
not talking foolishness.
Steinberg got Pat Mahomes drafted. 10 pick in the first round. Pat Mahomes wasn't what he was right. Pat Mahomes never had a winning season at Texas Tech. He thought. But he got him with the right team, got him with the best quarterback coach. And that's what Deion should have did. He swallowed his pride. He got him right. He got him in the team. That when you get drafted to a team that beat the quarterback before you, then other quarterbacks in the draft got drafted before him. That's it. But you know what I learned? You know what people got to understand? When you the best and you get blackballed because of somebody else, because of yourself, it is players that you way better ain't gonna get picked up for you. Get paid for. That's all. You know, because that kid got to deal with the challenge. Can this kid be coached by anybody else? So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm sorry. I think he handled that the wrong kind of way. And at the end of the day, they didn't know. As we say it can be another word, but I can tell you that they didn't know you black at the end of the day. You ain't president, you never been in the program.
Here's what I say. First and foremost, Deion Sanders ain't called plays with Shador since he was at Prime Academy in Dallas. He had, like you said, we can sit together, but we both can't talk together at the same time. So, yeah. So, at the end of the day, Deion ain't called plays to that man who's a man now since he was a little boy at Prime Academy in Dallas. Shout out to D-Town. My nephew's played with him, by the way. What's up, man? What's up, fam? So he got a bona fide former NFL offensive coordinator who's been called Pat Sherman, who's been called plays for the past 2 years. So that whole we don't know if he can play for somebody, man, that's just a smokescreen. That's another reason they trying to throw out there for him not to be successful, not to get drafted. And you believe in it. So that's one point. Second point is you ain't drafting his dad. His dad ain't going out and taking no snaps. His dad ain't going out reading no defense. His dad ain't going out throwing no passes. So whatever. By the way, his daddy is demanding, and his dad is out there, he got a mouthpiece. But just because you got other kids that got even more demanding fathers, you got other kids that ain't got fathers on that capability. You know parents behind the scenes, you know players behind the scenes, you have players come up to you and say, hey, I love my daddy, but you know, he got some issues, so just look out for him. So if y'all really concerned about Deion, then guess what? People can do that exact same thing. And once again, here's what I tell you. Here's what that one case off the field. He ain't never been arrested. He ain't never been in trouble. You ain't got no bad video. He ain't put his hands on nobody. He's been a good teammate. He's been successful on the field. He has top three quarterback statistics. You can argue with a couple other guys, and you can say it's a weak quarterback class, but in a weak quarterback class, he don't go number 5, and you take Dylan Gabriel and Jalen Milroe over him. First and foremost, for him to go to the 5th round, I'm gonna call that. It was a conference call in the NFL among owners that said we ain't taking him to a certain level, and it definitely was going to be after the 3rd, 4th round. If you look at the money between 4th rounders and 5th rounders, Shedeur Sanders is going to make more money in college this past year than he will make his first year because he got drafted in the 5th round. So with that being said, they made a statement. They say we're going to hit your pocketbook for sure, because that's what they understand more than anything. They understand that dollar. But at the end of the day, you look at that talent. You look at that talent. There's no reason.
I'm glad my boy Billy, Robbie, and we showed that. And I tell Billy all the time, I deal with recruiting. A lot of recruiting just like NFL. First of all, you ain't got to get no trouble. You got there's still issues. So you think they still got those teams in the corner guys. It's like recruiting. No college coach don't recruit certain kids because the parents ain't crazy. We got a lot of parents that like for their kids, but so these teams are like that. These colleges get together. Working around school's call. Is it true about this boy there? Is it true about this boy? If it's true about his family, it's true the kid act like this. I tell the truth, because guess what? My word ain't gonna be good. They're not gonna come to me for my service. So at the end of the day, if I lie, they gonna make you say it. So you gotta tell the truth. All the cameras, you wouldn't set. You get the boy set up for the interviews, or preparing for the interviews. You know, you come and have and everything. Cam Ward is a class act kid. That's how you gotta act. It's the time and place for jury. If you know the history of Deion Sanders, he was the man when he first came out. He had this big jerk curl, from all that gold jewelry together in the spot. But guess what? He got Eugene Park, was a professional black man that was his agent out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and cleaned them, rest in peace, cleaned them up. And he said that's what saved him when he spoke at that damn fair. And then he back with the jury thing, and they got the jury thing. And at the end of the day, they don't know if they want to deal with this. And this man coming out saying, my son playing this, my son playing that. Now get on Manning was it. Manning did that a week or two before the draft. And he called those teams and told them that. And the way Manning carried himself, he's a low-key father. I happened to spend some time with the whole man. Why he drinking, smoking his cigars, drinking his wine. You know, and at the end of the day, Manning always stayed incognito. He was always at the game, in the crowd with his headset on, want to be regular. I know Eli, head coach was Payton's offensive coordinator in Tennessee. So they give him special privilege because he's a man. He don't like that. He's sitting in the team meeting, the offensive quarterback room. He asked him to some questions. He go over everything with the quarterback. He said, Mr. Man, what you think? He back there asleep. He want to be low key. He don't have to get back. Here's the thing you talk about in Colorado. First of all, I don't care who his host is. It could be Jimmy Johnson, it could be anybody. Okay. But they still deal with Deion did. Everybody want to talk about the offense. Everybody want to talk about the team you played with. They talk about it when they're good. First of all, they try to throw it down for numbers. Boys, the other receivers couldn't get done. He do a lot of tracks. Then on top of that, he held the ball too much. He held the ball too long. That was funny. That whole thing was just run bad, run ghetto. At the end of the day, they let Deion know you still black at the end of the day. You're not bigger than the program. If you come there with attitude, it's going not for long. If you call the one guy,
I can't take
I
it.
said, well,
I can't take
you can't
it.
take the one. You know what? You can't take the truth.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and say, you don't like Dion, but you say that they threw the ball so he could get numbers. And guess what? They got two other receivers. Two other receivers. Jimmy Horn and Webster.
They averaged 5 yards a carry. People didn't think about that.
Two other
Who
receivers.
plays defense in the Big 12? Who plays
Two other receivers. Two other receivers.
If you average 5 yards a carry, you should run the ball.
Guess what? Guess what? They had 3 receivers taken in this year's draft. The only team in college football that had 3 receivers taken. Travis Hunter was going to play receiver. Jimmy Horn was going to play receiver. Was going to play receiver. You can say he's not. You can say he's not. But go look and see where they said they're going to start that for. So guess what? You can say what you want to say. The bottom line is the Vikings. It's a fact show. It's a fact show. I can see he's going to play receiver. You can say he's overrated, but he's an overrated receiver. He's going to play receiver. That overrated receiver got drafted in the first round. 2 other receivers that are overrated got drafted. So, man, come on. Show my back. So crazy.
Hard. I'm going to say it again. Travis is ugly. Balls are hard. He'll probably play about 3 times a game. You can't play. You ain't got once in the night. You can't play. Break your ass up. Come on, man. But that's all I'm going to say. So at the end of the day,
we all like you want brought up Dion, and he making sure his son get all the numbers, and he got 3 wide receivers, the only college program out of all these 100 schools that had 3 wide receivers in the draft. But Deion 3 wide receivers. But why you say wide receiver won the Blitz-Top Award? When last time you get the non-wide receiver Blitz-Top Award, which is for the best receiver in college football? You go, so one the Blitz-Top Award. You said at that time he won the receiver, but he is a receiver if he won the Blitz-Top Award.
He's nowhere near the best receiver. I don't think freaking Ward. At the end of the day, Ward's in the box. They want to get it. So we're going to pay, we're going to give it to him, which I don't care. Then at the end of the day, he's nowhere near the best receiver. He's not going to be better than the receivers in the league. And I will take both of them kids at Iowa State over him. Let's do it. What else?
You don't care about the facts. Because you don't
care about the truth.
You don't care about the facts.
The truth gonna keep it real with you. I tell you, at the end of the day, that's being out like at the end of the day, like I said, he messed it up.
Shedeur went low in the draft because they had phone calls. You know what? We don't like Dion, so we're gonna show Dion through his son, which is very unfortunate because his stats and everything. Everything right now. Everything right now.
You was sitting there and chill, humble, eating them humble pies. 6, 7 pieces of them humble pies.
Well,
You know
what they say. Adversity brings out the best in people, and I'm pretty confident that Shedeur, when he gets on the field,
I'll be honest with you. I hope we don't make the team get picked up by better team.
So you look at your so look at this one.
If you look at Cleveland, you look at them people, they just did this. When they were first to the 7th round, everybody gave high five, hug and stuff. They just did this. That and the GM got that press conference, start serious. We think it's great for us, nothing gonna be given to them. They know what it's like. He gonna have to fight for it. And he grabbed a quarterback before him, and he was better than him. And he got other quarterbacks drafted for him, he was way better than him. So at the end of the day, he got to put the shit on the shoulder. He got too many quarterbacks. He might be called the number game. So he got to being extra good and everything. You know, you gotta be careful what you say before you go out. Because I really was surprised that Cleveland drafted him after they said something about Flacco. You know, his brother, they said the comment about him. They talk too much. You don't say things, he put his foot in his mouth like, yeah. And that, once again, that's why that.
So this is related to Shador. You heard about the prank call?
Hey, you know what? I feel so sorry.
I bet he don't deserve it. It's Shador turned that.
They went too far with kids going. That was call. And the person I really feel sorry for is the defensive coordinator.
But yeah.
Embarrassing that he caught him get a job. It's a story.
He did it. Tyler Warren. Yeah. So for all you don't know, during the NFL draft, let me explain it to you. In the NFL draft, the players have to submit a phone number, obviously, because we all see it on TV. They call them, and you know, a lot of us got different phone numbers. And the last thing you want is you can't get in when you trying to draft somebody. So the players submit a phone number that they're going to call for draft day to let them know who's picking. Numbers go out to all the NFL teams. Shador got his phone sent to him from a phone company. I'm not going to shout him out because you ain't paying us, but we're going to get with you and we'll shout you out next time. But Shador and some other players got a phone sent to them from phone companies, and nobody had that number. So I use other than that number going to the NFL. So allegedly, and I'm gonna say allegedly, even though we got videotape that they released, the son of the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, his dad, the defensive coordinator, left his iPad. And his son saw the iPad and numbers listed of the different players in the draft. And so some of you may have seen footage where Shador got a call saying that it was New Orleans Saints. The Saints. We're like, hey, Shador, this is Mickey Loomis from the Saints. We're about to pick you up. Are you ready? Shador's excited. He got video, all that good stuff.
And the woman holding the phone.
And the woman holding He's excited. He's about to get drafted early in the first round. And then he goes, yeah, you're going to be waiting a little longer.
I like the way the story.
Yes, Joe Hamlin. He goes, what? You know, and I give Shador credit, even throughout the whole draft process. I went back and watched some of the footage. Draft night, they had the big tent, the white tent, they had the TV, they had the couches, they had everything ready for him to go. And then by day 3, he got selected. When he got selected, he just outside the pool with his family, you know, waiting to get selected. He was happy he got selected, and you know, now it's time to go to work.
The third day, he was out in the light.
No, he was out there. He was out there.
Yeah, that was a couple.
Yeah.
Then they can lose a job like that. I mean, I hope you don't know. That was next thing. Now he's gonna be known for coaches. The crank call. This is that part about the young man regardless.
Yep.
What these kids today, Ricard things ain't going wrong.
So that's just like, well,
You did that awesome.
that's not. It ain't worth that. You know, so I mean, it's all college too. This kid in college, and Shador just graduated from college, so you know it is what it is. But you know, wrap up. I think it's gonna. We got a lot that we could talk about, but we're gonna throw to you. Tuesday, we got the truth to the tone segment. What you got for us?
Well, the truth I got is it is. In life, I tell people, kids, you're not big in the program. Some things in life you can. Some things in life will give you a privilege, but you got to know. Some things you just not big in the program, especially being black. At the end of the day, they'll let you know what you like. So that's my advice. You're never bigger than what it is, and you just can't pick it. Working for one of the best United companies. They came to me for a reason. Because they like, it's like people come. But I can't come in there with attitude. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm big, yeah. You can't do that. And I think goes back to this young man. He's a good football player, but it's a lot of reasons why I didn't take it. Because it's that. It's not just bigger than the program. You're not, So it's a couple of home plans we got to eat, and I think I love kid energy. I think the kid can come in and do what he got to do. He has to make the team. If he don't, I hope he may play good and still get cut. But if he get cut in a lot of teams, he quarterback. I think it's a numbers game with him. But I think he's gonna be fine. But His kid was supposed to be in the first round. His kid's supposed to be the second one. But like I said, sometimes like you have to be representing it, you know. That's the way it goes. So I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna always need help, but you never really need help.
So shout out to Shador, shout out to, that statement you just made. You're never bigger than the program. So, my biggest thing is, once you come up against adversity, how do you handle that? Well, you know what? Here at In the Tunnel, this is how we handle it. We're now In the Tunnel Sports Media. We're not gonna sit here and say we haven't come up against some adversity. But that adversity is gonna make us stronger, bigger, and even more successful. So once again, shout out to the fans. Go check us out on YouTube, In the Tunnel Sports Media, Twitter, In the Tunnel Sports Media, Instagram, In the Tunnel Sports Media, Facebook, In the Tunnel Sports Media, and more importantly, look for us out in the community, because you will see us out in the community at different events moving forward. And we'd love to hear your thoughts, get your comments. We do have a live show that we do many times. So if you want to come in and sit in, if you've never sat in on a live sports talk show, we'll give you that opportunity. You can check it out on your bucket list. You can say you sat in on In the Tunnel Sports Media when we're going over there. So,
You know, like Mark Miller just said, we're gonna be new platform in Tunnel Sports Media. And like I said, we got a lot of big things happening. A lot of like to figure out to see they do things. Hey, ain't no stopping the talk. Ain't no stopping us. I'm excited, like I said, we got major things doing the cities, major things doing outside the show too. So look, H-Town, get ready, everybody on the road, get ready this week. Like I say, we coming, ain't no stopping us, baby.
all right, we're gonna see you next week. Let's go!
And like I said, you ain't big in the program. I keep telling you.